Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So I have another client tutorial for you guys, so let's jump right into it. So the primer that I am using today is the Photo Finish from Smashbox, and I'm just applying this with my Real Techniques brush all over the face. One thing about this foundation, it is very slippery, so if you were to use this primer from Smashbox, I would highly recommend you to use a setting powder after placing it on your face or a client's face, just to make sure that it will be dry enough for the foundation to stick. To set that primer, I went in with my NYX Mineral Matte Finishing Powder and I lightly dusted it all over the face, especially the places where she could potentially get oily. Jumping right into foundation, this is the NYX Natural Radiant Foundation, I believe. Her shade will be in the description box, so make sure that you guys are checking that out, especially if you are her shade, so you can use that as a reference. So like I said in some of my previous videos, I do like to work in sections with foundations, concealers, powders, just to make sure that everything is where I want it to be and it doesn't move, and I can have a better control of how much product that I am using. Moving along to cream highlight and contour, I took the Natural Radiant Concealer. I believe this was in the shade 1.5. Once again, check the description box below just to double check. So I'm placing this in the center of her face, and I let this concealer sit while I was doing her cream contour, just so I can have full coverage. For contour, I took the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Toast to define her forehead and her cheekbones. I made sure that I used a very light hand because if you don't know, I am a very heavy user when it comes to products, and I don't want my clients to look crazy while they are out in public. So yeah, using a little bit of product and then building it up to my liking for cream contour or powder contour and bronzing is the best way to go. Once I'm done blending out the contour, I go in with a denser brush. This one is from BH Cosmetics. I don't believe what the brush line name is, but if I find it and if it's still available, I will link it in the description box for you guys. So I am lightly and strategically blending out this highlight because I don't want to lose too much of the contour and I don't want to make the center of her face too wide or too long. So I'm taking my time with the brush and then I go over it with a sponge just to make sure that I don't have any streak lines or I don't have any harsh lines of demarcation. After I'm done with each section, I do use my damp beauty sponge just to blend out any harsh lines or any streak marks that may be on the face that I can't see. Using that same brush that I used to contour the perimeter of her face, I am using for her nose, and I'm just taking a little bit of more product just to have some more shadows. So I am ever so lightly blending it upward and then into the brow. After I get done blending out any crease lines, I go in with some setting powder. This powder is from Covergirl. This is their True Blend Minerals powder in banana. And I am doing a little bit of baking because she is going out for brunch. It is her birthday, so I just wanted to make sure that her makeup is put and it's going to last for a few hours or the rest of the day, however long she decides to wear this look. So I am taking the Revolution bronzer in medium 03 to bronze her face and to set the cream contour that I used. I then went in with a powder that is closer to her skin tone to dust away the setting powder that I placed in the center of her face and to help blend in the bronzer that I used as well. So I am just gently dusting this brush over her face. Once I'm done with powders, I go in with a setting spray. This one is from Morphe. This is their continuous setting mist spray. And I'm just using this to set the powders just to make sure that everything is melted into her skin. And then I move on to the brows. So I'm using two separate pens. They are from Covergirl. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but once again, it will be in the description below. So make sure that you guys are checking that out as well. Once I have the brows done, we are hopping right into the eyeshadow. So I'm taking the same concealer that I used to um, clean up her brows and to highlight the center of her face. I'm using that as my eyeshadow base today, and I'm just packing that on, and then I went in with a sponge to help blend it out. The palette that I'm using today is the Colourbook palette from Revolution. This is in the book O2, which is my browns and my neutrals and my pretty shimmers. This is my go-to palette when I'm working on my clients. It has every warm brown and orange shade that I need. And then the shimmers in this palette, y'all, I really do love them. So I'm taking 3 different shades. I am taking a light brown on her outer crease just to give that V shape. And then I went in with a lighter brown. This has a warmer undertone to it to help blend it out for the transition and to smoke it and blow it outward and upward towards her brow and then outward into her temple. Then for the lash line, I wanted to give her a cute little subtle wing. Instead of using a liquid liner, I went in with the darkest brown that's in this palette to smoke out her lash line. So I'm just packing that on with an angled brush first and getting the placement right before I smoke it out. Then I went into this shimmer shade from the same palette, and this is on a dry brush. I wanted to make the shimmer the focal point of the eye because she has an amazing eye space. So that's why I kept the darker shades on the outside corners, because I wanted to have it like shimmery then smoky. I wanted that gradient effect. This is another reason why I love this palette so much, because these shimmers work so well while your brush is dry. Like, imagine using these shimmers on a wet brush. Like, they're going to be even more spicy. Like, 10 out of 10 will recommend. So make sure you guys get your hands on this palette. I really believe, and I stand by what I say, that this is a great palette to use for yourself or for any clients, because it does something to the soul, okay? And the colors blend in together so well. So the lashes that I used today, these are from Ienvy. They're luxury mink, and these are in the style 01. And I'm going in to her waterline with a nude pencil. This one is from Wet n Wild. I will leave that in the description box as well. So I'm using the same shades that I used for her outer B to her waterline just to smoke it out. For blush, I took the XXRevolution blush in Cliche. This is a orange tone blush that I really do love. This is my favorite blush to use on myself and for other people as well. So I used that first, and then I went on top with a highlighter just to blend it out some more and just to soften up the orange tone. Moving on to lips, I took the concealer shade in Toast from LA Girl, and I used that to line her lips. I love using cream contours for lip liners. They just work well and they keep your lipstick sitting for a long time. So once I'm done placing that down with a brush, I go in with another fluffy brush to help blend it out. For lip gloss, I took the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Amber and I mixed it in with the NYX Butter Gloss in Madeline, and it created this beautiful nude that complemented the eyes so well. Once I'm done with fixing the lips, I go in with my setting spray to set the look in place. This one is the Lasting Fix spray from Maybelline. All right, you guys, so this wraps up today's video. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and if you stay to the end, thank you so much. Make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up, make sure that you comment, and make sure that you are subscribed to the family. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amir. I'm all things beauty and fashion related here on YouTube with a little bit of life content. So I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in, and I hope I get to see you guys in the next one.